Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm mad at the fact that I gotta re record this episode because I accidentally exited out of Audacity, the program that I use to record my podcast episodes, and I didn't save it. And so, yeah, I have to redo this episode all over again, comparing both Xbox consoles and PlayStation consoles. But I'm gonna be talking on all Xbox consoles and all PlayStation consoles. It's probably for the best that I redo this episode, because I don't know, like, I got at some point in time in the original episode, I started thinking to myself, maybe I should redo this, and then yeah, I'm all like, I guess my, my thoughts and ideas, it just, went out into existence. And then, yeah, it was like, nah, let's just go ahead and redo this all over again, man. I'm telling you, I wish Audacity had like some autosave feature where it's like, okay, like it has like a backup file where it's like, in case if you forgot to exit out, hey, here's this backup file. No, Audacity doesn't do that. And I'm like, man, you have the audacity to survive 24 years, but it's like you can't even come out with no backup or no autosave feature on your program. That's crazy. But anyways, but yeah, let's overall talk on all Xbox consoles and all PlayStation consoles, because I done played on just about every Xbox console and every Xbox console and every PlayStation console. And I will say that for the most part, just to give the win, like just cutting straight to the end and stuff, Xbox, I would say Xbox got the better consoles and stuff, because when it comes down to content creating, Xbox is a lot easier to maintain when content creating, all the way from the original Xbox all the way up to the last Xbox. The original Xbox, all that I needed to get was one of these, like, it's like a AV to HDMI like cable thing. And it's like this like box or something, but yeah, you plug it up to your Xbox, and then you plug it up to this box, and you plug the HDMI cable to that box, and you plug it up to a capture card, TV you're choosing, whichever, and then you're able to record. I haven't tried that with PlayStation 2, because I ain't got no PlayStation 2. I have the PlayStation 3 that can play PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. And yeah, I had to say, like, that is a good console, and on paper it sounds like it's the best console of all times. But when you sit down and you think about it, and the amount of like stuff you gotta go through just to, because I'm gonna talk on how I had to eventually get the PlayStation 3 to start recording videos. And I'm saying I done had an issue with trying to record and stream off of PlayStations since the the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. And it started with the 4, and then I remember the settings that I had to switch around in for the PlayStation 4. When I got my PlayStation 5, had to switch that around. And then then with the PlayStation 3, I'm like, bruh, I don't even get it. I don't get how it's like there has to be this process just to record videos, when it simply should have just been you plug up your HDMI cable, which is what the PlayStation 3 accepts, into an Elgato capture card, and then you plug that up into a computer, and then you just start recording. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. But anyways, no, let's overall, I'm gonna just talk on all Xboxes, and I'm gonna talk on all PlayStations. But anyways, yeah, talking on the original Xbox, there wasn't no issues. I will have to say, though, the only downfall to the original Xbox is the controller design. I did not like the controller design when getting it. I was thinking about, like, maybe I should just find like a different controller for the original Xbox, but I'm like, I'm not even trying to go through all of that. I'll just accept the fact that the controller is how it is and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, fam, I'm not with that and stuff. But and then the quality, but it's like, what do you expect? It's like we're talking on a console that came out 20 some years ago and stuff. So yeah, I can't be too mad at the quality. It's what I overall expected it to be, and things like, of course, it's gonna look all old and bad and stuff, especially going through AV cables. Because yeah, them AV cables, when you like, I just remember when I had got my Xbox 360, and I was originally using AV cables, and I remember when he gave me a HDMI cable, bro. I'm telling you, this is the same friend that got me into Forza, by the way. But yeah, I remember he had like a gang of HDMI cables, and I remember he gave me one, and I was like, oh, this makes a dramatic difference in the gaming quality and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm definitely using HDMI cables from now on. I ain't using AV cables no more. But Anyways, yeah, but Xbox, the original Xbox, it doesn't even support that. It doesn't even support HDMI cables. But I mean, like HD TVs wasn't even really a thing when the Xboxes was coming out. People were still using tube TVs and stuff. So yeah, like I said, I can't be too mad at the quality on Xbox. But I mean, it was fun though. Like some of the games I played on there, like I played the original Project Gotham Racing. I played the original Test Drive. Forza Motorsport, yeah, they got a lot of good games on the original Xbox and stuff. And I was like, man, it's like I'm kind of mad at the fact that I didn't get it sooner, because I'm like, man, there's a lot of good games on the original Xbox and stuff. But it's like, I think the reason why they made the original Xbox as fun as it is because like you trying to compete with PlayStation. PlayStation already done released 2 consoles, and at some point in time they are going to release their 3rd one. So I'm pretty sure this is going through Microsoft's head. So they're like, okay, let's do what we can with the original Xbox, and then whatever things that people ask for, we're going to do that for the Xbox 360. And when the Xbox 360 came out, it's like, fam, I didn't even have an Xbox 360 when they originally came out, but it took over just like nothing. Like, there was no way possible people were going to downplay the lifespan of not lifespan, but just the existence of an Xbox 360. No, there was no way possible. I'm like, fam, you had any and everybody around you that was into video games talking on the Xbox 360s. And so, yeah, when the Xbox 360s came out, I had a PlayStation 3 at the time. I wasn't even thinking about getting an Xbox 360, but a lot of my friends had an Xbox 360. So I knew that, yeah, getting an Xbox 360 is going to be good because it's like my friends have it. And PlayStation, like, not to downplay PlayStation, but it was like a lot of the games that exist on PlayStation also existed on Xbox. So I was like, I wasn't really playing like the PlayStation exclusives like God of War, Gran Turismo. I think the only PlayStation exclusive that I was playing, and it eventually ended up coming to Xbox, was Yakuza. So anyways, I remember I went out and I got me an Xbox 360, but actually before that, but with the PlayStation, well, I should just wait and talk on the PlayStation 3. But anyways, yeah, all right, I'm gonna wait on that. But no, so anyways, I get an Xbox 360, and I'm like, fam, I know for a fact that I put more hours into the Xbox 360 than the PlayStation 3, because there were nights where me and my friends were playing the whole night. And I'm like, and then my friends, they'll be like, oh yeah, we're all getting off, and then it's like they all going to sleep. I'm still up playing either Forza, Gran Turismo, Call of Duty. I'm trying to think of some other games. Like Xbox 360, it was like that was, in my opinion, second to PlayStation 2's. Xbox 360s were like top tier. If not, it was like it comes second. It's literally neck and neck with the PlayStation 2. Like that, you have non-stop gaming when it comes to the Xbox 360 and stuff. And then they added the games with gold, so now they're giving away games for free. And I'm like, yeah, they might have not been the best of the best games, but still, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty dope. This is solid. So yeah, the Xbox 360s, they came out, and I eventually ended up getting the second to the last Xbox 360, the Xbox 360 Slim. And I actually have it, not the one that I had back then, because the one that I had back then was just an all-black regular Xbox 360. This one that I have now is like this Star Wars themed Xbox 360, and it's pretty much the same exact one that I had before. And I was like, man, it's because I think when they were coming out with this one, they were all like, oh yeah, this one is supposed to like eliminate the red ring of death stuff. And yeah, I probably, if I still would have had that Xbox 360, I still would have been playing on it and stuff, And it's like, if I would have known back then what I know now about gaming, that a lot of the games that you grew up playing, you're gonna have to go to like a retro game store to rebuy them, I would have definitely kept all the games that I had back then. I was like, man, I'm mad at myself for falling for that GameStop's trick, because I'm like, and the crazy thing is like GameStops don't even have any of those games anymore. It's like, what did you guys do with those games? That's what I would like to know, But anyways, but yeah, with the Xbox 360, I was like, fam, I was putting countless hours into the Xbox 360. Like, I'm telling you, that was like top, in my opinion, second to PlayStation 2, because PlayStation 2, it was like just the amount of games that I had with the PlayStation 2. Yeah, it was just mad fun. Like, that was when like gaming, you didn't have to worry about internet, you didn't have to worry about none of that stuff. Like, you were just playing the game and having fun. Like, you wasn't playing no online only game. Like, you were just having non-stop fun with a video game, right? But yeah, with the Xbox 360, I'm like, man, them nights, like, you know, it'd be summer vacation or a Friday night or a Saturday night, and you're just playing games with the friends, and you guys just all up in the middle of the night just having, fam, I'm telling you, that, like, those are gaming moments that I wish I can relive again. Like, it was just, man, it was not too long ago when me and my, like, the same friends that I played games with, where we all had played, I think it was Modern Warfare 2, and we were just all playing it, and it was like it didn't feel the same. Like, that was one thing about it just didn't feel the same, you know. It's like, it was weird, but yeah, I was like, man, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, I think we're gonna have to, like, go all get Xbox 360s, get Call of Duty Black Ops, or even Modern Warfare, whichever, you know, and we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, you know. We're gonna have to play an actual Call of Duty game we were all playing and stuff. Maybe with Black Ops 6 it might give me that same feeling, but if not, then I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know. But anyways, then the Xbox Ones came out, and I will say the original Xbox One, I would say that it was a pretty good Xbox One, because the Wi-Fi, so that's something I feel like a lot of people might not pay attention to, and I feel like now it doesn't even really matter. But anyways, with the original Xbox One, it had it where the Wi-Fi on there was like, it ran at 5 gigahertz, so games downloaded a lot faster. And I'm gonna talk about that with PlayStation, you know, once I start talking on the PlayStation consoles and stuff. But anyways, but no, overall though, it's like, yeah, it was like games downloaded a lot faster. I never had to worry about, you know, because some people were all like, I guess to just quickly mention it with PlayStation, I know the original PlayStation, it couldn't do that, so it took days to download games at time. I say that because I had the original PlayStation 4, and yeah, it was like, it was something that was like, you know, nah, it's like, y'all could have worked on that. Well, they did, but it was like, yeah, it's like, you should have did that with the first PlayStation 4, not with the second and the third one that you guys came out with. But anyways, but yeah, overall, getting back to Xbox and stuff. But no, yeah, with the Xbox One, it was like, yeah, games, they did look better. Games overall did run a little bit better. I know when Grand Theft Auto 5 had came out on the Xbox One, I was like, oh wow, this is a big difference from Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360. And yeah, and I just, I don't know, like, I feel like that's when gaming kind of started declining a little bit, because I had to say, I didn't get as many Xbox One games that I did with the Xbox 360 and stuff. Like, I feel like even with the original Xbox games, like, there might have been some, I don't know, maybe I did get a lot of Xbox One games, but they didn't stand out to me like the original Xbox games and Xbox 360. So yeah, I feel like at that time, games had started declining a little bit when it came to the Xbox One. And then with the Xbox Series X, it was like, it might as well have been the same thing as the Xbox One. There's not really that much of a difference besides like quality, and games load up a little bit faster and stuff. But yeah, it's like the Xbox Series X, which is the one that I have, and I imagine the Xbox Series S ain't gonna be no different. But yeah, it's pretty much the Xbox One. So I guess, like, if you do have an Xbox One and you're wondering, like, what's the Xbox Series X like, or the S, it's the same thing. There ain't that much of a difference and stuff. So, but anyways, now let's overall talk about the PlayStation consoles. Now, I never did, well, I think I did play on the original PlayStation 1 when I was a kid over at my grandfather's house, because my uncle, he was really into video games, and I remember he had a PlayStation 1, but mainly, I remember me and him mainly playing on the PlayStation 2. We wasn't really playing on the PlayStation, well, he wasn't really playing on the PlayStation 1 like that. But anyways, but no, like, I did get the PlayStation 1 like mini, where it comes with like preloaded games. And it's you know, it's cool to, like, I guess, like, you see what some games look like back then, and how, like, you had to play on it, because the PlayStation 1 didn't have any analog sticks. And I have to say, with the original Xbox, at least it had analog sticks, but it came out during the PlayStation 2 era, which had analog sticks. But anyways, but yeah, I was all like, fam, it just feels weird when you're having to, like, play a game and you ain't got no analog sticks. So I guess, like, their controller design, it wasn't as bad, but it just felt weird in hand, you know, when you ain't got no analog sticks and stuff. So, but anyways, then the PlayStation 2 came out, and I was like, no, that was top tier gaming. I was like, I still remember when my dad, he surprised it for me. I think it was on my 5th or 6th birthday. But anyways, he got me a PlayStation 2. I remember he got me this racing game called Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. And yeah, the amount of time, I think I don't know, it might be, I might have put a little bit more hours into, like, Xbox and PC, but the PlayStation 2, man, I'm telling you, like that. If there is any era of gaming that I can go back to, it definitely would be either PlayStation 2 or the Xbox 360, but probably the PlayStation 2, because there was just, man, there was like an unlimited supplies of PlayStation 2 video games. Like the fact that you can walk into a GameStop's and you just see, it felt like you're looking at a million different video games. Like it was crazy. But anyways, the PlayStation 2, yeah, when it came out, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I'm like, no, I had put countless hours into playing the PlayStation 2, bruh. And even when I did get the PlayStation 3, I was still getting PlayStation 2 games when I very well could have just got the PlayStation 3 version of it and stuff. But anyways, but then the PlayStation 3, it came out. And I liked it. I mean, you know, I don't know. Like, the thing is this, like, comparing it to the PlayStation 2, I mainly played PlayStation 2 games because that's all that I really had and stuff. And so I don't really remember playing a whole lot of different PlayStation 3 games. Like, I do remember when Grand Theft Auto 4 had came out. And it was like a year after I had got my PlayStation 3. And I have to say that was probably really the only game that I sat down and put some time in and stuff. But other than that, like, it was maybe that, I think Red Dead Redemption was like because I only had the PlayStation 3 for like 3 years and stuff. And that was, 2010 was when I had got my Xbox 360 for Christmas. So, but yeah, like with the PlayStation 3, I actually vividly remember there was a point in time where I wasn't even playing on my PlayStation 3. Like, it was sitting in my room collecting dust. Like, I don't know what was going on with me at that time, but yeah, I just wasn't into playing on the PlayStation 3. And I'm not trying to downplay PlayStation. Like, I know that there are some PlayStation fans out there, and I'm not trying to take away, you know, what you guys got. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I never did that with Xbox. I didn't even do that with my gaming PC. So I'm saying, like, with the last two gaming PCs that I bought, yeah, I was playing on those things nonstop. Like, there might be at times where I'm not playing games on them, but I am, you know, like, but it's like I am playing on them. You know, it's like I just might not be streaming or any of that stuff. But no, it was like with the PlayStation 3, it just wasn't. There was just, a point in time where I wasn't even playing games, and then out of nowhere, I was just like, no, let me start playing some games again on here. I'm like, what am I doing? You know, just a kid not playing video games? No, that's weird. So then, anyways, played that for a few years, and then it was a while before I had did anything PlayStation related. And then when I started working in Seattle for my birthday, that's when I had decided, I'm like, nah, let me go ahead and get me a PlayStation 4. So I got that, got No Man's Sky. Took forever to download that game. And because the original PlayStation 4, so that Wi-Fi stuff that I was talking about with the original Xbox, PlayStation 4, the original PlayStation 4 didn't have no 5 gigahertz settings for the Wi-Fi and things. So to explain that to you, 2.4 gigahertz is slow. 5 gigahertz is fast. If you see any like console or Wi-Fi or something, make sure you get something that's 5 gigahertz. I know a lot of Wi-Fi boxes, they can run both 2 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, but make sure you get something that says 5 gigahertz on it, because you get some with 2.4 gigahertz, you might as well, you would like set up so like you're gonna be playing your whatever video game that you're thinking about playing at the end of the week. Because I'll never forget, I remember when one of my friends at work, when he because he had the original PlayStation 4, and I can't remember what game it was he said that he bought and that he was downloading it. But every time I had, of course, you know, he works at my job, so I'm seeing him every day. I'm asking him, did the game finish downloading? He's telling me, like, this game is at this percentage one day. The next day, oh, it's at this percentage. Day after that, it's at this percentage. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, it should not take that long to download no game. And then, and I think that was what he was doing, was that he turned his PlayStation off when he left, and then come back. And so then, I think after that he just left it on. I think he was leaving it on when he was downloading games and stuff. But then with the PlayStation 4 Slim and the Pro, that's when they decided to add the 5 gigahertz stuff. And it's like, why didn't you guys not add that with the original PlayStation? But this is the thing that I didn't like about the PlayStation 4 and with my PlayStation 3, and that was something I had just found out recently, was that so the PlayStation 3, it can play PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. Now the Xbox, it can't do that. It can, because there was only one other console, but it can't play play all of the original Xbox games. Like, there are some games where it's like, nah, this game ain't playable. You're gonna have to take the game out and stuff, or you're gonna have to play it on the original Xbox. But with the original PlayStation 3, you can play, again, all of the PlayStation 1 games, all of the PlayStation 2 games, and of course all of the PlayStation 3 games. Now, that is a downfall on Xbox's part, but I will say that with the Xbox like Series X, they do still have it where you can play any Xbox 360 games. Well, not all of them, but there are some PlayStation 3, not PlayStation, but there are some Xbox 360 games that I can play on the Xbox Series X. But there were some games where I had to like go out and get another Xbox 360 to play those games, because for some reason they don't have them available on the Xbox Series X. So I'm like, yeah, that's something that companies today need to work on, because I just find that weird where it's like, I bought this game but I can't even play it, but there's all these other games that's playable. That don't even make no sense to me. So, but anyways, but no, that's not the case with the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4, it only just plays PlayStation 4 games. Like, you can't play no PlayStation 3, 2, or 1 games. And then with the PlayStation 5, so this is how they have it set up on the PlayStation 5. You can play all the PlayStation 4 games. There ain't no problems with that. But if you want to play a PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 game, so they will have to, I guess, like, remaster it and then put it out, because I think there's that one game, Twisted Metal. They re-released the original version, and they have it where you can play it on the PlayStation 5. But if you have like a PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 game, you can't play it, I think, by disc. No, so the PlayStation 3 games, they're only allowed to be streamed. You can't download the game like any other game and play it. But on Xbox, you can download the games and play it. You can stream games if you want to, but if you have like a game that you want to play, you very well can download that game and play it. And that ain't the case with PlayStation. And it's like, fam, if my Wi-Fi goes out and I'm halfway through a game, I'm not trying to have it where it's like it just sends me back to the main menu and I can't even continue on with the game. So that's something that you guys are gonna have to change, because I'm like, I don't like that with the PlayStation 5s. But yeah, getting with the PlayStation 5s and stuff, like, there was a little bit of a difference with the PlayStation 5s, but other than that, it's like it's the same thing with the PlayStation 4s. It's like there wasn't that much of a difference. The menus did change up a little bit, and of course, you know, faster loading and better quality. But and I think that's the thing though with the PlayStation 4s, is that the fans, oh my god, the fans, I never had to worry about that with the Xbox. And I was like, man, I was running some games off of the Xbox One, and I had the original Xbox One. I don't ever remember the fan getting crazy loud and stuff. So yeah, and even with the PlayStation 5 now, it's like the fan isn't too loud, but it can get you can hear it, you know. And then with the Xbox, I'm like, there's at times where I can't even hear my Xbox and stuff. So yeah, that's just one of those things where I'm all like, you know, there are a lot of stuff that they got to work on with the consoles, both talking on Sony and Microsoft. But if I had to say between both consoles and stuff, with all their consoles combined, I will say that Xbox, it's a little bit better. You know, PlayStation, you guys got like 2 good consoles and that's it. And that's the and the thing is this, it depends on which console it is. Meanwhile, with Xbox, it's like it don't matter what console you got, they all gonna play the same and stuff. OG Xbox is gonna play good. 360 is gonna play good, Xbox One gonna play good, and the Xbox Series systems are gonna play good. Meanwhile, with the PlayStation, it's like, you know, the PlayStation 1s, it's like, okay, that was the first of its kind, so it's like it was decent. PlayStation 2, probably best if you it's and that's the thing that I don't like, is that they come out with the like original consoles, but then they'll come out with like a pro version. And I know Xbox, they're doing the same thing, but it's like I didn't have to do that with the Xbox. All I was just playing was off of the original Xbox One, and then I think, yeah, I had no choice but to get the Xbox 360, the Slim, because that was the only one that was available at the time. So, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm all like, there's a lot of flaws with the consoles, but I'm like, you guys gonna have to work on your stuff, because I'm like, there's some things I see with these consoles, and I'm like, fam, that doesn't even make any sense. So I'm like, yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm all like, you know, their consoles, they got a lot of stuff that they need to work on and stuff. So, but anyways, with that being said, but yeah, like I said, Xbox, I have to say, I think if it came down between owning all the Xboxes or all the PlayStations, I think I'd rather own all the Xboxes and stuff. It just seems like with PlayStation, it's like, I don't know, man. I can't really, even with the console designs now, it's like, with the Xbox Series X, I think you can lay the console down on its side. I don't know, I haven't tried it. But with the PlayStation 5, fam, it's this big giant console. It looks like a binder from high school. And I'm like, bruh, the console, it didn't need to be that big. You guys could have made it a tad bit smaller and things. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.